Hello and welcome back to another stream of mine. I took some time off because I'm doing some stuff in my computer, but I did manage to kind of upgrade my status as well in my Twitch. I made up some rules for chat for anyone who wants to speak in the chat, to follow a few simple rules. They are well placed there. I don't know where exactly they are. Well, at least not in this setup that the PS4 has. The desktop does have them more easy to see them. Anyway, it's really not much to ask. Just very simple rules. I believe almost every single streamer has them, and apparently I was one of the very few who didn't have any, so I just decided to add a few. Also tonight we'll be going into Vampyr, my very first official Twitch stream of Vampyr, because apparently the very first one was on October 31st and it was cut short due to some technicalities with the game. Apparently the game wasn't mine. It was like it was rented, temporarily rented, which, if you ask me, it was pure BS. But since then, I bought it, the game is mine, and I played a lot, like really a lot. If you want to see anything of it, you can look up the streams in my YouTube archive channel. The streams are there if you want to see them, if you want to see the progress. Just go to Red Riot 88 on YouTube. Yeah, I believe it's 88. Yes, Red Riot 88 on YouTube. My streams are there. Anyway, right now we're, I believe, on chapter 5. This game is made in chapters, so I'm in chapters 5. Science without a conscience. Here we are, Pembroke Hospital. So where do we left off? Yes, chapter 5, Science Without a Conscience, reached the Doris Fletcher Theatre. The health status of the districts, apparently it's all good. Once I finish this playthrough, I might even start a new one to be able to save all of these people. Wanna save this guy and try not to kill this one because I kill it because it annoyed me, and not kill this one. And I'll try to save her even though she might not deserve it. And this guy, I'll have to save it even though he doesn't deserve it. Learn where's the notebook stolen from. Yeah, I have to go there. I'll get there. And the quest line, I'm missing 1, 2, 3, and 4. The Brotherhood of St. Paul stole Guardian, the Guard of Priven. 4, the legendary Vampyr, the Skulls. 4 of the secret collectibles. I haven't even upgraded everything. I do have a lot of materials though. Medicines, I might need treatment for neuralgia, and I need a lot of light blood serums. I need more shotgun shells. My status, I'll be needing to upgrade to the maximum the body condition and physical prowess. Alright, so I have to get here, the theater. I need so much opium. Which is faster? Going through here and then left, or going downward straight through? I suppose this path is faster. Whoa. Goodbye, Lord. You're the traitor here. Hill form, rogue skull. I've almost forgot how to fight. It's been so long. Skulls, skulls, skulls everywhere.
This is despicable.
Wait, really? A hideout right here? Rogue Aegon. Son of a... Son of a... Stop it! Motherfucker.
my territory.
Motherfucker, stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
Your prey is mine now.
Fuck you. Wait, oh, it's a Volk. Ooh, those are the really mean ones. Rock Volk code. But I hear. Ah, there she is. Oh, fucked. He is in my way. One big guy down. Oh, come on.
It's locked, all right.
I thought I opened this a long time ago. Hey, 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 hey. Bye bye, Lord. There we are, finally. I unlock here Whitechapel into this area, the rich area. I could go right to the front. Stop it! Stop it! Or go to the back and search for that other quest.
So Priwen never left Doris's theater after they invaded. They must be holding Edgar here in their new headquarters.
Be strong! Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here! Have faith, brothers! Have faith, brothers! Stay close. Keep an eye on each other. Fear no evil! We do the Lord's work here!
Oh, this is the area that I didn't explore last time.
This is no place for a gentleman. He's not. Watch it! It's a killer!
This is the main entrance. Okay, yes, that's the main. I don't want to go there just yet. But there's something there. And over there.
I can't believe I'm doing this.
Oh! Swansea's down there.
Next floor. Keep an eye on each other. Over there!
But this one was an exit that I took last time.
No rest for the wicked.
This one leads exactly to
Stay close, guys.
the stage. So I'm going to fight them head first.
Obey! The power of the Lord commands us! Shit! He's dead! Die, Bernie!
Swansea down there. My columns reports. I just finished reading Doris Fletcher's journal, as it's painful and dreadful as it was. My God, the woman planned to see everyone in London afflicted by infecting all who would come to her next play. It helped me understand greatly what was going on. Doris Fletcher, real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of some Harriet Jones. Wait, Harriet? Harriet Jones? Wait, isn't she the woman that I was reading at the hospital, the one that escaped, that went down into the sewers? Who has been treated as a patient for a long time in Pembroke Hospital. She clearly hated her mother, but used her fame and notoriety to see her while visiting the poor and sick in the East End. I don't know exactly what happened then, but this is how her mother infected her before returning to the theater, and how she turned into that monstrosity that the lich known as Jonathan Reed finally defeated. The presence of that vampire in the same hospital where Harriet Jones was treated can't be coincidence, and convinced he's deeply involved with the vampire plague going on in London right now. I'm also convinced Zwanza is his accomplice, and that those two are planning something more terrifying than anything the guard has ever faced. Yeah, like cure the entire London, asshole. Too bad you're a vampire now, because I turned you in the last stream. Maybe I should take some time to read the old books and manuscript the guard still possesses to get some answers. It may prove powerful. In the meantime, I'll better send some patrols to investigate about what is occurring at Pembroke Hospital. Took me 2 days to parse through the dusty registers and books to keep it in the vault. God, I hate losing time like this. The search did prove fruitful for once. I found 2 pages that could be related to our present situation in a copy of William Marshall's memoirs. I took them with me to read more carefully. This creature Marshall says he fought in 16 oh my god 1666. Oops, my bad. Six, what a year. 1666 year. Oh my god. This disaster that aimed to destroy London, it is very similar to what happened with Doris Fletcher. Disease, infection, hate of the living, a desire to see the city ransacked. I have no doubt now that the bloody old leech of William Marshall is behind all of this, and that he is back. This could be our greatest accomplishment if the Guard of Freemen could at least find and destroy that old bastard. I believe what Marshall did in 1666 is exactly what Reed is now trying to do. Bullshit. I'm not trying to do the same thing. I'm trying to stop him. Did the creature this disaster escape their will? It is why Marshall destroyed him in 1666, and Reed did the same with Doris Fletcher before she became such a creature. I don't know, but those two are clearly working together, and Swanza is helping them. I will immediately give orders to have him arrested and interrogated. As for Reed, I'll destroy that evil beast myself. You won't destroy anything. And then we'll deal with William Marshall and this disaster thing. Freeman will prevail once more. You won't prevail anything. You will disappear.
Doris Fletcher was about to become a disaster. I'm getting close to having all the evidence.
Okay, so this door, yes, it's this one. Yeah, I knew it. Shotgun shells. But learn where is the notebook stolen from Usher Laboratory by Prevent agents. Too bad I've killed them. But there's one there. I need to consult something.
eye on each other.
Turn around, sir. Hey! I'm talking to you! Die, leech!
The Vampire Knight, William Marshall. Forget the legend about the man the most of you ever heard of, you lazy bastards. Forget the empty tomb in Temple Church. Forget the death of those among us who died trying to locate him. We are know that he's still hiding somewhere. That is the only fact we must keep in mind. Another small detail we need to keep in mind. This little fucker is clever. How many times have we thought we had cornered him to finally only found old dust and cobwebs? Marshall has been a vampire for thousands of years. We're no match until we change our plans concerning his hunt. So, here are a few questions for you, lazy bastards, and I want all of them answered before speaking of another great hunt to pin the Lich down. Who helped him escape his den under Temple Church? We know how. We know now for a fact that a private contractor was paid to move a large coffin from the church a few years before we investigated the tomb. What exactly did the Traders of Brotherhood of St. Paul discuss with Marshall when they met in 1785 in London? The report of this meeting has been burned, but witness remain of a request made by Marshall to access a specific book in the library. Why does the monstrosity known as Lady Blackwood, excuse me, you're the only monstrosity here, seem linked to Marshall? They exchanged letters. She went in London to meet him in 1786, according to the Brotherhood spies. She tried to discreetly buy his castle in Wales in 1793 before fleeing when spotted by our fearless mentor, Candlestone. Fearless, more like cowardly. See the pattern here? What happened during these few years? Why such agitation and activity? Answer these questions, my brothers, and you will find the path to our most eminent foe, William Marshall, oldest vampire of England, to survive righteous wrath. From Know Your Enemies. Ugh, assholes. Ooh, I got the legendary vampires. I'm missing one of the skulls, the Brotherhood and Guard of Priven. William Marshall's memories. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Soul finally agreed to meet in London. They proposed to meet inside the new Cathedral of St. Paul. I like the will and solemnity of these men. What a symbol to choose the place where I defeated this disaster, but I also the place where I fell. Agreed to their proposition. There, in the sacred silence of the church and under the eye of God, they respectfully listened to me. They acknowledged my victory against this evil creature, the Dos Astro, the eater of stars, who only wished to spread death and pestilence all around us. All around her. It's a her? So it's a female vampire disaster since... Wait, don't tell me that Lady Blackwood is the disaster. Since they acknowledged my will to save London in 1666, they heard my request, my burning desire to stop the blood of hate. Their primate promised to come back to meet with me, to meet with an answer. The primate of St. Paul brought back to me with just a name, the Tear of Angels. According to him, this ancient artifact could heal anything, cleanse any blackened soul, and purify my blood. Blessed be the Lord. It took me more than 100 years to find a cure for the blood of hate, but I may finally have found it. Soon the rage shall end. Soon I may repair the wrong I did and cleanse my failures. Now all I need to do is retrieve the necessary ingredients to create the artifact. Blood of the purest heart mixed with the blood of a king. To find such rare ingredient is not what worries me the most, for time is on my side. It's the last part that worries me. Pure essence of garlic. Oh really? Come on. Pure essence of garlic. I'm afraid it will literally hurt like hell when I drink the antidote. But if that's the price to pay to cleanse my soul and correct my mistakes, I'm ready to endure this excruciating pain.
Blood of a pure heart, garlic, blood of a king. I don't understand. Perhaps this is what McCullum drank. I had better keep that in mind. It's locked.
Evidence safe. Pin note. Until further notice, this safe will be used to store sensitive evidence. It must always be locked. If you need to access it, just find me on the last floor to get the key. And bloody remember to bring it back to me when you're done. Rodney.
I should find the key to that box. It's locked, all right. open the box. I really don't know if I should read this.
Sorry about the sneeze. Caught me off guard. Sorry about that pause. I needed to check something.
Edgar. Edgar, can you hear me?
Jonathan, is it really you?
Easy. Easy. Save your strength. I'm getting you out of here.
Don't try to spare me. As a physician, I know all too well when it's too late. Punctured lung, broken ribs, and internal bleeding. An accurate diagnosis, wouldn't you say?
Edgar, what happened?
They wanted me to confess. Beat me black and blue.
Jeffrey McCullum ambushed me at the Pembroke Hospital. He was convinced you and I were responsible for the Skal epidemic.
I never imagined that self-righteous fanatic would dare to attack us in the open. What became of him?
I put him in a somewhat delicate position when I made him an immortal.
Really? You sure that was the wisest course of action?
Time will tell. The most intriguing part of his accusation was that you and I were the pawns of some ancient vampire.
William Marshall. Yes, they tortured me to make me confess the sentence.
I trust you, Edgar, but the Guard of Priwen is onto something.
What do you mean?
William Marshall, for example. You speak of him as if you know him. How is that?
Jonathan, I cannot say I'm ready for another round of questions.
Why would the Guard of Priwen believe you and I created the vampire epidemic?
Maybe due to our profession. Because I offered you shelter in my hospital.
What can you tell me about William Marshall?
Not much. History paints the story he was the greatest knight who ever lived. Amongst the immortals, he had a yet greater legend.
Why is the Guard of Priwen so obsessed with him?
He was the only ancient vampire to escape the first great hunt launched by the Guard of Priwen in 1854. They believe he's an evil creature plotting his return.
Why would he deserve such a reputation?
I cannot say. The Brotherhood of St. Paul's Stole has next to no intelligence on him. All I know is that he's supposed to be the oldest of all the British vampires.
While investigating the epidemic, I read some of McCullum's findings. I think you have some explaining to do.
I have nothing to hide, Jonathan. Nothing at all.
Do you know Doris Fletcher's real name?
No, I'm afraid not.
Her real name was Doris Jones. She was the daughter of Harriet Jones.
What do you want me to say, Jonathan?
Do you remember when we suspected Sean Hampton of killing Harriet Jones?
Yes. The terrible episode that came as a shock to us all.
Harriet Jones faked her own death. When I found her in the sewers, she confessed she wanted everybody to pay for what happened to her.
That woman was extremely bitter, full of hatred and festering anger.
Doris Fletcher visited her mother at the Pembroke Hospital. That's how she first got infected.
I know nothing about that. Miss Fletcher once came to visit the sick. That is all I know.
No, Edgar, there is more. Doris Fletcher was Harriet Jones's daughter. They exhibited the same symptoms: blind hate and strong physical mutation.
What does this sad story have to do with us?
Do you know where we are? Doris Fletcher's theater. This is where that hateful creature plotted to spread the epidemic across London.
I only briefly met Miss Fletcher once when she visited the Pembroke Hospital. You say it was to see her mother. She seemed like such a sweet and graceful woman.
My point exactly. The disease turned her into a bitter soul, driven by vengeance just like her mother. A symptom of all the infected patients.
Certain diseases are known to produce similar effects. Rabies, for example. And rabies is not the devil at work.
Come on, Edgar. Don't you see the pattern here? The epidemic, the link between Doris and Harriet, the suspicion of McCullum.
How could I? I never saw Harriet Jones again after she fled the hospital.
Doris and Harriet shared more than a hidden family bond. They were the embodiment of the epidemic and are linked to the Pembroke Hospital. Come on, Edgar, this is no coincidence.
I swear I'm at a complete loss. All I did was administer vampire blood to cure old Harriet. There was no evil plan, no diabolical plot.
You did what?
I tested the regenerating and healing properties of vampire blood on Harriet Jones. My only intention was to find the cure for influenza, I swear.
Whose blood did you use? William Marshall's? Mine?
Lady Ashbury's. While transfusing her with human blood, humanely appeasing her hunger, I also kept samples of her blood for my research.
You used her blood on Harriet Jones? My God, Edgar, that's unethical. You betrayed 2 of your patients at the same time.
Right, I admit it. I boldly ventured into experimental realms, but I've killed no one to appease my thirst for knowledge, Jonathan. I'm no murderer.
I never asked to become what I am, Edgar. You chose to conduct your rogue experiments.
You have worked beside me. You saw what I'm doing at Pembroke Hospital. Jonathan, you know I'm not an evil soul. Just another victim of this tragedy.
No, Edgar, you are not going to die. Unless you want to.
What do you mean?
I can save you, Edgar. I can turn your broken body into one like mine.
You truly would? After all I've done, after all that's been said, you would offer me this gift?
I have no way of knowing which punishment would be worse, Edgar. But it is not for me to decide. So?
Oh, please, Jonathan, please. I beg you. This is what I've always wanted. This is what I've always searched for.
Very well, then. Prepare to die and be reborn. To face an eternity of guilt.
I'm ready. Oh, indeed, I am ready.
Enough!
Wait, hint fail. No, hint fail. Why? So I should have let him die to get the hint. Wait, I already had all hints. I remember I had them all. I think. Yeah, I did have them all. So I should have let him die. But there's a final trophy that says that you have to keep everyone alive. Of course, I'm not gonna finish it with her or him. I'm making so many mistakes, turning people left and right into vampires. Well, this playthrough is already messed up. I might as well just
Turn at a
make
more
an army of
convenient
vampires.
time.
And I sacrifice 3,000 experience. So I have negative 1,600. I could go to Lady Ashbury immediately. Wait, there's a check mark. Dr. Johnson, he will not be there. Not yet. At least.
So Harriet Jones became the original carrier when Edgar gave her vampire blood. I must tell Elizabeth.
Turn around, sir. Burn it! It's all you deserve. He's dead, bloody monster! Kill him! I hate these kids. You're mine!
Let me first finish the side quest and then I'll talk to Lady Ashbury.
No civilians allowed. Die, beast!
This is Lady Ashbury's place, but not yet. Not yet.
Good evening, old chap. Are you all right?
I won't lie to you, Johnny. I'm not a well man.
Have you any news about Aloysius Dawson?
I was hoping he would finance my research. But I heard he's given up.
You need...
Support the equality between men and women.
Good evening.
Have you any news?
I heard he died and gave all his money to the poor. Now that's a good man. An example for us all to follow.
Calhoun, tell me about your relationship with Doris Fletcher.
Oh, Doris. Cold fire and burning ice trapped in a perfect body. Our passion was as intense as it was brief. What an actress.
How did you meet her?
On a boat to France before the war. She was thinking about a career in Paris, and I was eager to try French gastronomy. We both returned disappointed.
I expect you've seen her on stage, too.
She really is the best actress of her generation. Such frailty and such strength at the same time. I hope she'll play again soon. She's been away for too long.
You sound surprisingly sad. Have you regrets?
I think of her as a divine dish. I'm glad I was able to taste it, but I regret I could only get a bite of her mystery.
You really loved her then?
She fascinated me, Dr. Reed. I can't imagine what she must have endured through her life to reach such a level of emotion and sensibility.
If only you knew. If only.
Goodbye, Miss...
The night is so peaceful.
Any strangers come into your house? Have you noticed anything suspicious? We will crush this beast!
You're mine! Don't you know better? You're bleeding. This is my territory.
Whoa. Ill-formed beast. Did the beast sense my presence?
Good evening, Jonathan Reed.
Have you any news concerning Aloysius Dawson?
You unburdened his heart and cleared his mind. A most elegant solution, I must say, Jonathan.
I found your notebook. The one the guard of Prewen stole from you.
And you've brought it back to me. That's excellent news, Jonathan. Were you able to keep yourself from reading it?
Yes. I give it back to you untouched.
Then, my friend, you deserve a little something.
Okay, so I know I'm reading the notebook that I supposedly told him that I did not, but apparently there's a guide that says that I can read it after I already told him that I did not read it, so I get both the special hint and the reward that he is talking.
To reward your fortitude. Please, have this with my gratitude.
What's in the notebook?
I can't answer you, Jonathan, since you chose not to open it.
Tell me the truth, Usher. Are you a vampire?
By the stole, you really thought you could force Usher Talltree to yield to your little mind tricks like an oblivious mortal?
Why can't I force you to answer me then?
I'm the primate of St. Paul's Stole. It comes with certain advantages, like accessing the greatest library in the country, and avoiding answering certain questions.
So, are you or are you not a vampire?
As a brilliant man once said, to be unambiguous can only be to one's own detriment.
Goodbye, sir. Until we meet again.
I rarely wander, yet it amuses me to converse with your kind. A red river, a song in the dark, the whispers of a sun. So many signs.
It's locked.
See, I completed the investigation and I got the last hint. Now on to Lady Ashbury. Ooh, this is my house. Antidote, a serum created by following the tier of angels recipe with insulin instead of garlic to enhance protection against disaster infection. William Marshall's blood, King Arthur's blood. Dose of insulin. Ooh. Once again, I'm out of opium, which is what I need. And potassium pumpkins.
bring me my glasses? I feel like reading.
Please, sir. Where do you need to buy something?
Hello, Venus.
Hello. I'm so sorry for your loss, Jonathan. What do you need from me?
Have you any recent news of Aloysius Dawson?
The old goat gave all his money to the poor. I wish he'd thought about sending some to his closest neighbors.
Did Clarence recently show you documents that prove the existence of vampires?
Yes, he did. And he also told me you spent a few nights gathering research for him. Seriously, Jonathan. Why feed his obsession like that?
He's my friend. I thought it might help him rest, instead of going outside at night. Tell me, what are your thoughts about vampires?
Gibberish and poppycock. Dracula was a good book, but these documents were just mumbo-jumbo. I burnt them all as soon as Clarence went outside again. I'm so sorry for your
Well,
loss, Jonathan.
too bad, lady, because vampires are real. And I'm one of them. So, to Lady Ashbury. Yes, on the right path.
London has brought so much.
See them fancy clothes? This one's a top! No! Let's see how it likes.
What good fortune brings you back to me, Jonathan? What is it, my dear?
I'm afraid it's bad news, Elizabeth. The worst, actually.
Please, speak up.
Edgar is no longer in McCullum's grasp. I resolved that matter.
Where is our good friend now? Is he well?
Of a sort. His injuries were mortal. I had no choice but to make him one of us. To save him. Or to punish him.
To punish him? I fail to understand. And what is the source of this cold tone in your voice?
Edgar Swansea was responsible for the Skull epidemic, Elizabeth. It was he who unleashed the deadly scourge upon London.
What? Are you certain? This is the most terrible accusation of all.
He confessed everything to me. He sought to cure the disease, to exploit vampire blood to stop the epidemic. But he unwittingly gave birth to a catastrophe.
All those poor victims. How could he do it? What happened?
Edgar's behavior was beyond lunacy. He had neither the discipline, knowledge, nor the proper facilities to conduct blood experiments.
I must say I'm shocked, Jonathan. Who would have thought it? And the poor patient. Let me guess. It was Harriet Jones, was it not?
Yes. That explains how Doris Fletcher was infected, and how she became an Ichor. She secretly visited her mother at Pembroke.
Then we have no choice. We must act quickly, Jonathan. We must return to the sewers and put an end to the threat poor Harriet embodies.
I have one more matter to discuss with you. Harriet Jones was the primary case, but do you know what a healthy carrier is?
There is a tone in your voice that frightens me, Jonathan. What are you trying to say?
It was your blood Edgar used for his experiment on Harriet Jones.
What? No. No. This can't be. Oh.
Elizabeth, are you all right?
No, I have to go.
What do you mean?
Leave me alone. Save the city, Jonathan. Save what can be saved.
Elizabeth, I need answers. Why did your blood
Stay
cause
away
this?
from me. Please. I swear I never was your
Wait!
enemy.
No! Elizabeth!
Wow. An open window to the outside. That's how she escapes. Gather the ingredients for the antidote. Obtain the drop of William Marshall's blood from Lord Redgrave, the closest one. Obtain a drop of King Arthur's blood from Geoffrey's McCollum at the... I believe that's the morgue behind the hospital. Oh my god. Search for insulin in the old morgue of the Pembroke Hospital. Wait. Okay, so insulin's here. The blood of William Marshall is here. But this is the graveyard. Oh my god, that's an arena fight. Obtain the drop of King Arthur's blood from Geoffrey McCollum. Yep, he's here, and that's an arena fight with him. Which I don't have time for all those for that arena fight. That will be the very last thing I do. I'm going to gonna get the blood from Lord Redgrave, then go to the hospital and hopefully rest there. Well, get the insulin and rest there, and the final thing will be the final battle, because it's clearly a final battle. It's in the arena area again. But that will have to wait to another stream.
Now would be a good time to blend the recipe Marshall used when he fought the disaster. I think I know where to find what I need. Whose blood could be purer than that of William Marshall? Lord Redgrave will have to spare me a drop.
Sir, you are not welcome.
As if we tell the truth all along. So seriously.
Well, I will have to go in through the back door then.
Have you recently...
He is dead, I've heard. I wish I was dead too.
I must go.
I hope I don't have to have a battle inside this place.
I'm still persona non grata in the Ascalon Club. If I want to speak with Lord Redgrave, I'll have to improvise.
Your prey is mine now!
my, you motherfucker.
This is my territory. Gotcha. Stupid newborn.
Motherfucker! Son of a bitch.
Gotcha.
Motherfucker, I wasn't looking. Fuck you.
Good evening, Lord Redgrave.
What are you doing here, traitor? I shall smite you for this audacity.
I'm not here to bicker, Lord Redgrave. I can put an end to this epidemic, but I need your assistance to do so.
Good. We've held out thus far, but the time has come to put an end to this crisis. Tell me, what do you need?
The blood of William Marshall.
The blood of William Marshall? Of my maker? Are you mad? This blood is the purest of all. My maker proffered it to me on the battlefield. I cannot hand it to you.
This is more important than the club, you, or me. This is London's last hope.
I see. Well, in that case, given the gravity of the situation, I suppose I can spare you a drop.
Thank you, my lord.
If you manage to save this city, you'll prove yourself a veritable servant of the crown. So Godspeed, Dr. Reed. Our fate lies wholly in your hands.
It's always been your house, Dad.
Women of all countries unite! Support the equality between men and women!
Maybe I should leave the city.
Sorry, sir. No admittance. Speak English, do ya? Die, beast! I'll kill you! Want some of that? That's all you deserve. We have to stop it! Fuck! Back in the Leech spotted! Watch out, boys!
big guy doing here?
I cannot use garlic, but there may be a substitute in the Pembroke Hospital drug storage.
Oh my god, the guard of Previn is here. At least I don't have to fear the skulls, because there won't be any. Wait, there are skulls up on top.
There it is. Insulin. Much more efficient than garlic against blood poisoning and sepsis, and much less dangerous for me. Thank you, Dr. Polescu.
Best turn around if I were you.
Motherfucker, stop it.
Lord! No rest for the
The last ingredient, the graveyard from McCollum.
It's locked, all right.
Well, the last ingredient will have to wait until another stream because I plan to end this now. Wait, let's wait one night. Major event, your choice concerning the community pillar have been reported by the press. Whoa, what happened here? Everyone is sick in West End.
Jonathan, my dear, I can never thank you enough.
Thank me? For what?
Come now, you know what I mean. I am... well, I'm just like you.
Have you no shame? Must I remind you of your ludicrous actions? Of the innocent men and women who died at your hands?
Shame is for mortals, Jonathan. I know it now, and you should too. We are something else. Something more.
Have you news of Geoffrey McCullum? I'm sure both of you would have quite an interesting discussion after recent events.
He left the hospital without being treated for the severe beating you gave him. We'll meet again soon enough.
Does not the prospect of meeting him as a vampire thrill you? The two old enemies reunited post-mortem.
Maybe we could even share a glass of wine. I really don't know if he will accept his condition. He has spent his life beheading leeches, you know.
How do you feel since you changed?
Absolutely fine. Did you know I can determine the health of every patient or nurse just by looking at him? Fascinating.
Have you taken a life yet, Edgar?
Don't you think that's a private matter? I would not ask you such an indiscreet question.
Do you feel the hunger?
Yes. It's very peculiar, not like mortal hunger at all. It's like I'm never sated. Fortunately, blood is no rare commodity at Pembroke.
What will you do now that you are immortal?
Experiment, my dear colleague. I have an eternity to make scientific progress. I could be the only scientist able to undertake extreme experiments upon himself.
What kind of experiments?
Who knows? Nervous shock, brain damage, pain and recovery. There's almost no limit to what my body can now endure. I could be the next Henry Head.
My God, Edgar. Did you learn nothing from your forays into folly?
I have, I swear. No more experiments on mortals. See? I said mortals. How quickly the mind adapts.
Will you continue as Pembroke's administrator?
Of course. I can help more than ever. And since I'm already dead, I can't get sick.
Are you not afraid Priwen will find you? Next time, they will do more than abduct and torture you.
I remain a man of peace. If things were to go awry, I would flee rather than slice them up as you would, my friend.
Have you seen Elizabeth? Has she passed this way since you returned?
No. And I'm terrified to see her again. I really am, Jonathan. She could very well tear me to pieces for what I did.
Goodbye, Edgar. I'm certain we'll meet again.
Okay, now that was definitely the end. Thank you to anyone who stayed until the end, to the one viewer who always logs in and watch me play. Thank you all, it's very much appreciated. Like I said before, it's like one of the very end streams. The progress of the game from when I started the beginning until now, it's on YouTube on my channel, the archive channel, Red Riot 88, YouTube's archive channel. If you want to watch the progress of how I got here, you can go there and watch them. They are all there. But for now, the very end of this game is approaching, and it's gonna have to wait until next time. See you, good night, and goodbye.